Hey everyone, and welcome to Meister Tarot. After a very heavy week last week, I want to get a bit light and fluffy today. What I want to do is I want to have a look at very simple question. Australia's coming up for election. I want to have a look. This is for me personally. Haven't been asked it. Want to have a look. Will Australia have another female Prime Minister by 2030? We have some very strong female politicians coming through the system. Life is difficult for them because of the Old Boys Club, the misogyny, and I will post a link to Julia Gillard's, our first female Prime Minister's misogyny speech below. Very powerful, very accurate. Have a watch, be moved by it. She was a Prime Minister who was, and also a female in politics, who was before her time. She copped a lot of battering, stabbing, because in all honesty, Australia, like a lot of Western countries, old white men or even middle-aged white men can't cope with a woman being in power. Now, Julia Gillard was the leader of a minority government, so she had to work very closely with independents and small parties, but she managed to get so much positive legislation through Parliament by negotiation, and the legislation she got through was complete and intact. Things like the disability scheme, the National Disability Scheme, action towards climate change. Oh goodness, there's a whole list of them and I can't remember half of them. She got a lot of very positive legislation through, purely because it was legislation that was for the benefit of the people of the country. Sadly, politics seems to have taken a backward slide when she was ousted, literally, as I said, stabbed in the back, because the legislation that seems to come through nowadays is very much for the benefit of the donors or the male politicians themselves. So I just want to have a look. A few names that spin off the top of my head. You've got Tanya Plibersek, Penny Wong. No one really in the Liberal National Party, because it is very much an old boys conservative club. I also like Christina Keneally. However, in Australia, as much as I like Christina Keneally, she is from American descent. She came to Australia as an adult and as an Australian citizen, completely Australian citizen. She doesn't have dual citizenship anymore. She's 100% Australian, but she has a very broad American accent. So if I can give one piece of advice, and I know it is difficult for Christina Keneally to actually make progress in Australia politics, she is going to have to lose the American accent. As biased as that sounds, I don't mean to be. I just know how politics in Australia works. So, very quickly, for my own pleasure, might even be under 5 minutes. Now, it'll probably be under 8 minutes. Will Australia have a female Prime Minister by 2030? What are we up to? 2022 already? Gosh. Will Australia have a female Prime Minister by 2030? Will Australia have a female Prime Minister by 2030? Come on, Meister. Will Australia have a female Prime Minister by 2030? He's trying to get the right cards to the top. Let's have a look. Okay, well, there's a lot of insecurity and clinging on by the blokes. Challenged by an offer being made. Challenged by the attitude. This is the attitude at the moment. Oh, a lot of backstabbing, lies, deceit. Now, even though this is a female figure in this card, it is about the self-sabotage. If that's telling me that at the moment women are self-sabotaging themselves. In the past, 2 of Cups, neither of them look particularly happy. It's an uneasy relationship in politics. It's about making pacts and agreements. Crowning the reading. Scribe, working hard behind the scenes. Working hard, dreaming big. Ooh, choices to be made. External influences. Again, we've got this male juggling. Difficult decisions to be made. Internal influences retreat. So at the moment, the women are feeling very battered, very imprisoned, hostage in our political system. We have had a situation recently where a Royal Commission investigation has made dozens of recommendations into how the political system in Australia and on a federal level is changed to make it fair. Now, the women aren't asking for any special privileges or special rights, but at the moment it is very much a male-dominated legislation is written for the male hierarchy, the patriarchal system. There is no independent body where abuse can be reported to. There is no federal independent body where corruption can be reported to. And our current government is resisting actually implementing these bodies. So at the moment, the women are feeling very hamstrung. So what have we got? The outcome, time for change, folks. Ace of Swords, time for change. Things will be viewed from a different point of view and authentic reform. So it is coming. It is coming as the community, as the society comes together. Yes. So I'm seeing that very much as a positive. That, yes, there will be reform that will come through. Didn't answer the yes-no question, so I will ask it as a yes-no question. Authentic reform, we're walking away from what's no longer serving us as I split the deck. Yes, no, please tell me, will there be a female Prime Minister by 2030? So it's telling me about that was telling me a lot about politics now, but the future is bright for women in politics. At the moment, the way our political system operates, it's very unfriendly to women, especially women who have families, who are caregivers. It's very supportive of men who are in that situation, but very vicious towards women. Please tell me. Which is why our powerful women in politics, I would have loved to have seen Julie Bishop get up as Prime Minister instead of Scott Morrison. She would have been brilliant for the position. She didn't want the position, but she was very competent, very knowledgeable, and she was our previous Foreign Minister, very successful as a Foreign Minister. but a lot of our women that reach those positions are either unmarried or childless because the current way our federal government has operated is very unsympathetic to women with families. It's fine for blokes with families, but it's very unsympathetic for women with families. So those that have become in positions of power have been very supportive male partners or female partners standing behind them, but the actual family, child rearing, etc., it's very unsympathetic for that. So tell me please, by 2030, yes, no, will Australia have a female Prime Minister? Will Australia have a female Prime Minister? Things are going to have to be, there's going to have to be change. Things are going to have to be seen from a different point of view. It is going to be difficult change in government. It's going to be difficult change. I'm not seeing a yes. This is Merkin has been exposed to the light of the moon and a new path being forged. A new path being forged. Difficult decisions to make in regards to the path forward. Difficult decisions to be made in regards to the path forward. But yes, there will be a powerful female figure come forward. She will be inspirational. She will be compassionate, very self-aware. She will be confident in who she is, but not by 2030 will she be Prime Minister. I'm just trying to think what cycles we've got. First of all, we have to get rid of the self-sabotage and the deceit that it's underlying it all before we can have abundance and passion come forward through manifestation. Going to have to review the situation as it is now. So not by 2030. So what we're looking at is we're looking at an election in, what do we have, 3-year cycles. Really need to have 4-year cycles for the federals, but it's 3 years at the moment. So election this year, election in 2025, going into 6. And then, so there'll be 2 more, after this year, there'll be 2 more election cycles, but I do see a powerful female figure coming to the fore. Okay, thank you for joining me. Again, positive, we will get there. Everything in politics and legal systems moves very slowly, and the judiciary systems, everything moves very slowly, but we will get there. Okay, take care. Love to you all. A nice little bubbly one to start the week, and I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.